Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're all having a great and wonderful day. And what we have here is Kamala Harris potentially doing election interference and filing criminal charges against her political opponents. Because we all know on how bad and corrupt this is, and this is really no surprise here. So, we're going to be going into this. This will be a shorter video, but I kind of want everybody to kind of see what's going on here. So, what we have here is this from Laura Loomer. She says here, Kamala Harris visited the home of the lawyer Subhra Chandra, who filed criminal charges against President Trump and J.D. Vance for Haitian migrants. The lawyer hired by Haitian Bridge Alliance, who filed criminal charges against President Trump and J.D. Vance today, is friends with Kamala Harris. Hosted her at his house and refers to Kamala Harris' husband, Doug Emhoff, as his brother-in-law. Today, a pro-invasion non-profit called the Haitian Bridge Alliance filed criminal charges against President Trump and J.D. Vance for their claims that Haitian migrants are eating people's pets in Springfield, Ohio. In their press release, Haitian Bridge said they have hired Ohio-based civil rights attorney Subhra Chandra. Who is Subhra Chandra? He's an open Kamala Harris supporter who fundraises for her publicly. In social media posts, he said Kamala Harris came to his home and met with his mother, called her auntie. And he said he considers Doug Emhoff to be his brother-in-law and Mina Harris to be his niece. Chandra has also received a commendation from former FBI Director Robert Mueller, who carried out countless witch hunts against President Trump and his associates. Chandra is a leftist political activist who has a long history of partisan activities with Kamala Harris. Robert Mueller and other leftists engage in the discredited lawfare against President Trump. That's how you know these criminal charges are purely political. Did Kamala Harris instruct her good friend Subhra Chandra to file criminal charges against Trump in the key state of Ohio to help her presidential campaign? Kamala and Subhra are very close, as you can see. Now, I could be mispronouncing this guy's name here, so I apologize, but in all honesty, I don't think it really matters. You guys are getting the example of what I'm talking about here. This is what you call a political witch hunt. President Trump's lawyer should file sanctions against Subhra Chandra for filing frivolous criminal charges for the sake of assisting his friend Kamala Harris' presidential campaign. This is unethical behavior by a lawyer who should be disbarred. Yeah, and here's one thing I will say here real quick, guys, is that I don't know what you can really say or what you do to this example to where you could charge criminal charges against somebody for addressing an opinion or addressing an opinion or your freedom of speech. Because what I'm getting at here is it looks like this is going after a freedom of speech or talking about things that, like, they don't know. I don't think that they're going to even win this in court in the first place, considering the fact that, one, you have the freedom of speech to say this. Two, there's a lot of evidence that this is happening, and I'm pretty sure we wouldn't have a problem with a lot of the residents saying that this is going on. So what's the court going to say? That the residents are lying and stuff like that, and what their actual evidence? It's going to be crazy to really think that what's going on here. So, yeah, it's not great. So, what we have this here is Subhra Chandra, civil rights lawyer, Comrade facilitator, and Chandra Law Firm managing partner. Former Fed prosecutor and Cleveland Law Director, triplet dad. So, this is what's going on here. And then we have the next one is, please join me again in supporting the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris. Contribute here. And then it has another one, him saying, when Kamala Harris met my mom Shanta at our home a few years ago, Kamala immediately addressed her as auntie. That's when I knew she was the real deal. This is incidentally made Douglas Emhoff my brother-in-law and Min Harris my niece. And then he goes to say, previously as federal prosecutor, Chandra successfully prosecuted healthcare fraud and corruption, winning a commendation for FBI Director Robert Mueller for demonstrated excellence, as well as from the special agent in charge of the FBI's Cleveland office. Chandra also prosecuted tax fraud, bank fraud, and other economic crimes. Before that, Chandra served as a litigator in large law firms in both Cleveland and Los Angeles. Chandra defended the cities of Los Angeles and Beverly Hills against high-profile allegations of police misconduct, and represented large media companies and motion picture studios. Some of his memorable work included defending the television show Hard Copy against libel charges by the singer Michael Jackson. Chandra began his legal career as special presidential counsel at the American Bar Association. So what we have a problem here is that Kamala Harris is friends with the actual prosecutor who is filing charges against Donald Trump and JD Vance. That's a huge problem. Because if you are really good friends with this person and they're filing actual charges against these people, that's a problem. That's not correct, right? And this is actually another issue because, again, this it just means that there is a conflict of interest in this case. So that would also mean that, for example, if you are friends with somebody and you're charging them for murder, and you're charging their other friend or whatever for murder, it can be a conflict of interest because you're probably going to go defend your friend or whatever that is being charged for murder. You don't want to be associated with that. So again, this is something, a huge problem here that the leftist has been going and doing, right? And of course, Lauren Loomer continues to say the Haitian nonprofit known as the Haitian Bridge Alliance has filed criminal charges against President Donald Trump, and JD Vance for saying the Haitian migrant invaders in Springfield, Ohio are eating the dogs and cats. Immigrants have become way too entitled. Illegal aliens shouldn't be allowed to participate in our justice system. I 100% agree. The actual lawsuit comes from is in San Diego, California. Oh, what a shocker! Of course, it's from California and a Bay Area in California, no less. What a surprise! Today, the Haitian Bridge Alliance filed criminal charges in a municipal court in Springfield, Ohio, against Donald Trump and JD Vance, stemming from the baseless and malicious comments made against our Haitian community this month. As HBA alleged to the court, over the last few weeks, both Trump and JD Vance led an effort to vilify and threaten the Haitian community in Springfield. Together, they spread and amplified the debunked claim that Asian immigrants in Springfield are eating pets, including cats, dogs, and wildlife. The criminal charge asked the court to affirm probable cause that they committed multiple crimes and issue arrest warrants against Trump and Vance. HBA is represented by Ohio-based civil rights attorney Subhadra Chandra, who successfully represented Tamar Rice's family in a case against Ohio police for shooting and killing their son. So, HBA filed this criminal charge to hold Trump and Vance accountable for the devastating harm they caused our community in Springfield and has impacted Haitians around the United States. 33 bomb threats have been alleged across Springfield within the last 2 weeks, which was already debunked, as you know, by the actual governor, the governor himself, or not the governor, but the mayor, I may believe. They say it's a hoax. So they're already lying about that one. Hospitals, schools, universities, and government offices were all evacuated after receiving racially charged threats. Springfield government officials and their families received threats. Trump and Vance's lies have harmed the Springfield community, and their lies have violated criminal law. HBA is nonpartisan. This is not about one candidate or political party. This is about confronting white supremacy, anti-black rhetoric, and hate speech that seems to be a constant in U.S. politics and that continues to cause suffering. No one is above the law. Okay, let's put a full stop here. Maybe we should go back and rewind a bit on how the Democratic Party has a huge history of legitimate racism against black people. So let's go with that. But there is nothing wrong with saying that Haitians, illegal immigrants, are actually going and eating pets or whatever. There's even more ample evidence, which I'll probably show later this week, that this is happening. Like, that pets are getting eaten, or 20 pets have gone missing. So, you're going to have a real hard time with saying that this is a case you're going to bring up for criminal charges against them, when the fact of the matter is that where do you have your standing against this? Because they have ample evidence of showing where this is actually truth and in reality, and they have witnesses where they can ask the residents there and the constituents, which JD Vance has once again have paperwork and stuff like that for the residents talking about this, saying that this is an issue that's ongoing. So again, if JD Vance has papers or reports or stuff like that on his office and stuff like that that's saying, okay, this is the residents' complaints, this is what's ongoing, then they already immediately lost the case. Because JD Vance is the governor of Ohio, and his residents are saying this. And he might be getting this on his desk or whatever, and he's probably addressing or saying the issue. So I don't know where they're going to go with this. That's insane. And not only that, these people are from San Diego. So they're also going to have issues charging criminal charges against people in a completely different state in the first place. So I don't know what's going on here, but that's insane. But that's the whole case in the situation of this matter. And that's the fact. And of course, what we're end up finding out is that Subhadip Chandra, don't forget, is also part of the case here, right? He's the one that's friends with Kamala. So judicial system may be, it seems, very corrupt and incredibly biased. All right, guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care, my friends.
I'm disgusted by what I see in public. Even people closest to us can't be trusted, because it's algorithmic disease, the social media.